Welcome to Dishin with Theo Money. This is our first episode, and today I have Honey with me. She's one of my really good friends, and I have a lot to talk to you guys about today. So can't wait for you guys to see what I'm cooking up for you. But first, we're going to start with the cocktail of the day. The cocktail is going to be a...
I'm listening.
So the cocktail is going to be a pomegranate, blueberry, apple tea.
You just made that up on the spot.
It's going to be a pomegranate, blueberry, apple tea, right?
Okay.
So
PB&J. I was going to say PB&J, but I don't think that works.
It doesn't. So we have 2 glasses that I chilled in the refrigerator already. Put ice in here. Let's just give it a little touch. I'm going to go ahead and cut this apple because we're going to use it as a garnish.
Oh, you
This
know what
is
a garnish is?
Yeah, I know what a garnish is. Can you spell garnish?
Yeah, barely.
So I'm going to cut this apple into just like a thin slice.
Baby, that's thick.
That's a little thick. And then I'm going to slit it just on the side so we can put it on the cup.
So that gives us the pizzazz.
That gives you the cocker spaniel touch.
Oh. Now, do you have to rub it around the rim or you just leave it there?
You know, you probably can rub it if you want to be fancy with it, but I mean,
That way I taste a little apple when I...
yeah, you know, rub yours around. I don't want to touch your glass or nothing like that, you know. So the first thing we're gonna do is pour. And by the way, this is hood cooking show, so I don't really measure like that unless it's actually needed to be measured. I don't measure alcohol at all, so I think that's pretty
good in
stupid.
general.
Just hood rat all the way, you know. So we're gonna pour a little bit for you. We'll do like 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
We'll do me about 3 seconds.
You might need 5.
You right, 5. And then we're gonna add this blueberry pomegranate juice in here. It's called R.W. Knudsen. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's called R.W. Knudsen, and I got it from Kroger's. It's a 100% juice, organic. Not that means anything to me. Make sure you shake this well, though.
I don't mean nothing. It just costs a little bit more.
It was actually real cheap, affordable. It was only $2.99, by the way. So I'm pour you a little bit.
Yeah, I can have more part of juice than crown, you know.
She doesn't
Crown to
drink.
make you frown.
And she doesn't drink, so we don't want her to get tipsy, you know, while we're trying to cook, you know.
Maybe that'd be best.
I'm gonna pour a little ginger ale last. And any ginger ale your liking. I like the Canada Dry, so that's what I like. But you know, whatever kind of ginger ale you want.
Whatever color you want. It smells good though.
It does smell good. So I'm gonna get a spoon, which I'm gonna wash off because I'm germaphobe. Get a spoon and I'm gonna mix it, just so we can get everything a good mix. And let's try it.
Oh, you ain't gonna even cheers it?
Oh, let's cheers to the first episode. Right. Let's cheers to the first episode, and got a lot of good conversation coming up.
We do.
Yep.
We could, so you gotta drop it on the counter first. I mean, it wouldn't be right if you didn't.
That's good. It's actually good.
Now, I could drink this.
Yeah, it's good.
And I don't even drink crown.
And I figured that you would like this because it's a
Oh my
little
God,
on
this
the
is really
sweeter
good.
side, right?
Yeah. Now, we're not supposed to drink the whole thing off, because this is good.
We're going to sip through it. You know, we're going to sip while we make the food. I got plenty of alcohol, so we good. So there's your cocktail of the day. We're going to next move into the food that we're making today.
That's my favorite part.
We can see. And the food.
So that's how you want to do it?
So the food today is going to be a chicken Alfredo pasta. We're going to use penne pasta. And we're going to do garlic toast. And for dessert, we got a little caramel cake.
We got dessert too?
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a surprise for you. Okay.
Oh, bitch, let me.
Somebody's hungry.
Is.
So, a couple of months ago, I actually asked my Instagram followers a series of questions because I wanted to know how people felt about, relationships. And I wrote an article about it, which you can find on my blog site, right underneath this video actually, and it's called Your Take on Relationships. And the responses were actually very, I was kind of shocked by some of my friends' responses to it, some of my followers' responses, and I'm just shocked at like some of the questions I thought that females would be like hell no to. A lot of females were like yeah, a lot of times I thought females were like no, and they said yes. I'll get into it right now. I'm gonna ask the first question. I'm gonna ask you, Funny, how do you feel about these? Because these are some really good questions, and I just want to know everyone's take on it because sometimes I feel like I may have an opinion, but my opinion is not always right. I never said I was the
realest words I have heard.
I never said that my opinion was always right. It's definitely not, and I just want to get your take on it. So before we do that, let's go ahead and I'm gonna have Honey to cut just like some onion slices. I already have my water boiling, which you can't see, but I have my water boiling for my pasta. That's such a insignificant part to this process that I'm probably not going to show you like how to make pasta, like the actual pasta part of it, because I mean just boil it for about 8 or 9 minutes, whatever type of pasta that you like. I use penne pasta, but you can also use fettuccine pasta, or whatever kind of pasta that you like. I prefer penne because it holds the sauce better than most pastas. I'll put the onions in a little pan like this, not a big pan, just a small pan. And what I'm gonna do is I have some chicken that I've already pre-cut, and basically I just got the chicken breast and I cut the chicken breast into little thin strips. So not really a hard task. This is sort of like the size that you want of the chicken breast. Looks a little big now, but once I put it in this pan, it is going to be a lot thinner. So you want to make sure you cut it some pretty decent sizes. You don't want to cut the chicken too small.
Is that thing real when you cry?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now a thing with that though, the onion thing, I learned this trick a long time ago. It's actually so weird, but it works. So when you're cutting onions, if you want to place a pot of water beside you, or like a bowl of water beside you, and it actually does something to where like it doesn't affect your eyes.
Why did you do that today?
I thought you needed to shed a few tears, Ooh! She's an unemotional type of bitch,
Is this enough onions?
For now, yeah. So go ahead and cut those up into some thin slices. Like I said, we're just cutting the onions up straight down. And then, yeah, that should be good. Just straight down. They don't have to be too big. I'm just going to show you guys how big she's cutting them. So something probably this thin. It doesn't have to be super, super big. Because we're just going to put it in this pan to give the chicken a little bit of extra flavor. We can use things like the onion powder, the garlic powder, and all-purpose seasonings. But we really want to give it an authentic type of taste too. So we're going to make sure that we just put some onions in there just to get that authentic onion flavor. So while she's over there rinsing her eyes out, I'm going to go ahead and start placing some of the placed in this pan. Now notice I didn't put any olive oil or anything in here before I placed the chicken in here. But most times I do, but I find that when I place the olive oil in there, a lot of times it cooks the chicken a lot slower than what I would like to. So I kind of like just go for it. Just throw the chicken all in there with the onions, no olive oil, none of that. I haven't seasoned the chicken yet. I'm not going to season the chicken until I actually place it on the stove. So, be right back.
I might need to put some ice cubes in my eyes. I'm serious.
So, one of the questions that I asked my followers were, can you hook up with a friend and still maintain the friendship? Honey, what do you think?
Okay, so, like, what kind of friend are we talking about? Are we talking about, like, we went to college together? Like, we
I think when I was asking the question, I was asking it as like, this is like legit, like, your friend and like you see out every day, like you hang out with them all the time, like y'all are friends. Like if you see one, you see the other, like those type of friends.
So,
or like not even necessarily that. It could be like in your case, like you just always consider it like a really close friend. Yeah.
I think you can, but it gets very tricky. Okay. Not that I've ever been in this scenario. May have. But it's like, I think that if you're able, like both have to be strong-minded enough for that to work. Because at any point, you can get in a relationship, they can get in a relationship, and then it becomes like this slippery slope. Do you tell your person, your significant other, like, hey, I used to talk to this person, I used to mess with this person, and then that creates even more tension because maybe that person don't want, like my current boyfriend, would he want me to be around this friend that I slept with?
Very good point.
So it's a slippery slope, but I think once you commit, keep that secret to the death. Keep it to the death, ladies. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Well, the thing about it is, 51% of my followers said yes, and then the other 49 said no. I personally lean towards the no, because I've been in situations like this where I actually have hooked up with friends, not her. I'd rather gouge my eyes out
Thank
and
God.
cut my dick off before I put it in.
Oh, well, it's already. Don't have to do much cutting.
Anyway, bitch, fuck you. So, I have been in a situation before where I've done that multiple times with friends, and every time,
multiple times, so
yeah,
you learned your lesson.
no, never learned my lesson. So every time I did this, it was like the friendship always changed.
It does.
It's like I didn't want it to change, but it's like in one situation, feelings are to be involved on their part and not on my part.